Chris, hello. Many, many congratulations. Just tell us what it's been like to have been part of this incredible adventure and this historic achievement.
Privilege. As Ian has just said, when we first arrived, I think we had a friendly game first in Sweden, which we didn't figure so well. So for us to achieve what we've achieved, I think it speaks volumes of the players. Not just because I've been saying all through the tournament, it's not just about talent. You have to have a hunger and a desire, and that was with us throughout, and that carried us in a lot of games, as well as our ability to play football. So it's been a privilege just to watch them, just to be a part of them, to try and guide them and lead them. Myself and my staff have worked incredibly hard. We see the team on the pitch, and that's the finished. That's the finished article, But before they arrive there, the work that goes in to get everything prepared for them, not just on the pitch, off the pitch, So my whole staff, all the staff that are here, they work so hard, 6 or 7 weeks together every day. We're probably up at 6 in the morning, we're going to bed at 12 at night. You're literally at it all day long, making sure things are right. So I couldn't ask for anything more from anyone. The lads on the pitch, the lads off the pitch who haven't played have been fantastic. Every one of my staff, and I'm not just talking about my football staff, I'm talking about the guys who are in the office every day, who are looking, taking care of all the logistics and the hotels where we stay, tickets. It goes on, and they've worked their socks off. So to be a part of it, and you can feel the vibe, is a very positive one, obviously. It's been it's an absolute privilege for me.
2016 will never ever be forgotten by Welsh football, but how important is it that it doesn't become a one-off and that you do this every 2 years? You go to major tournaments and you get through groups.
Yeah, I think we said that before we arrived. As soon as we qualified, actually before we qualified in the campaign, we talked about not just doing it once, but making sure we're there or thereabouts every time a campaign comes round, rather than doing it once every 50 odd years. We've got to be realistic in our thinking and in our demands, but we've got to also look at it and say we've got the possibility to build on this. We have to build on this and not let it be a one-off, and that's going to be hard work, of course, and that means all of us, myself included, we've got to make sure we never fall into that little comfort zone of, well, it's okay if we don't do it next time because we did it the last time. That is, at the moment, we're on dangerous ground because it's what we do next. So it's all about what you do next, really. And we've got to go and qualify for the World Cup. We've got to at least be up in the top 2 teams, really, in that campaign, to be challenging to make sure we go to the World Cup. And then that's progression from us. Tough group we're in, but we've proved that we can compete at this level. We've proved that. So it's just making sure we're not resting on any laurels that haven't we done really well. Done and being the word, finished, gone behind us. We can be proud of what we've done, but it's what's next and how we're going to build on it and push on and make sure we keep improving and progressing.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that vein, what do you think this achievement can do for Welsh football generally? I mean, you've won something like £15 million in prize money. That's a lot of money to pump back into the game, I guess. What can it do for Welsh football?
I think it's bad timing for me that I signed a new contract before we came out. I said that. I think anyway, no matter what we earned, a third of it is pumped back into grassroots football, and rightly so. That's where all our players are going to come from. That's what we need to concentrate on, and we do. We pay a lot of attention to that, and rightly so. And also, can we work on our facilities? Can we better our facilities for the team? And what can we do with getting Williams and Dave Hughes with the younger players, the under 21s and under the 19s, the 17s? Can we better that structure? Can we better our coaches? Improve our coaches to improve the players. It's a long list of things that we need to concentrate on. And that'll all be for conversation as soon as we get back, really. Because like we've just said, it's not sitting down and taking a deep breath. It's actually, we need to keep pushing. So that means we've got to go to work immediately because, we're in the middle of July almost, and August, September comes around, we're back into it. So we've got to work pretty quickly. But I think it's great for Welsh football. It's great for the Welsh nation. Forget football as a nation. That we can feel proud of what these sportsmen is, how they've conducted themselves also, and our supporters, how they've conducted themselves, been first class. So we've added to the tournament, and that's a good feeling.
Just two more for me, I'll roll them into one if I may. What's it going to be like now that you're the top British ranked team? You're suddenly going to be the scalp, in a sense, in that you've got further than any of the others. And the other question I'd like to ask you, Chris, is Antoine Griezmann, was he with you at Sociedad as a youngster? Do you remember him? And
No.
do you think then
Yeah.
he could go on to do what he did?
No, he wasn't with me when I was at Sociedad, but he's a great player. Absolutely fantastic player. Watched him for some years actually. We're seeing him now, but he's been on the radar really for some years, and now he's a terrific player. Brilliant again last night. So I'm being the top ranked team. I mean, the ranking, it changes quite quickly, so we mustn't get too carried away with that. It's nice to see us. It's always nice to see when you've been a country that highest we was probably 35 or 40, 45. Sometimes you dropped outside the top 100 in some bad times. So then when you start toying around with the top 10, that's a good feeling. But again, you can't get too carried away with that. It's because the rankings shift really quickly. We have to, now, you're right, there's a different type of pressure on us. It's not, people won't be happy with plucky old Wales. They'll expect us to deliver. And there's another, that's the next step for us. When we're playing against teams normally that we defend deep and they try to break us down, that's going to be reversed on us. We saw it a little bit with Portugal. They paid us a great compliment. Portugal, they defended deep, narrow. We couldn't break them down, and that's something we need to work on as a team now. That's that next step for us, which is good. It's exciting. We've got it all to look forward to. We've got it all to do, and we've got it all to look forward to. And I am very, very excited about going into this next campaign.
David.
Hi, Chris. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the run. You go back to Cardiff today, sellout at the Cardiff City Stadium. The players were all on social media, that kind of thing. They would have had messages from home, but how much are you looking forward to letting the players know just how much of an impact they've made back up?
Yeah, it was a constant reminder to them that, because we see the footage of what's happening in Wales, but unless you're there, my family were flying in and out, or my friends were flying in and out and saying, you can't believe what's happening at home, and the feeling and the togetherness there. They're all screaming for us. That's that makes you feel really proud. And I don't think it'll hit us until we get there. It'll be nice to step off the plane back into Cardiff, because when we left, we had an incredible send-off. It was brilliant. That we had the school kids singing the national anthem to us. We had 10 of us charity choir singing to us. It was amazing. So now the fact that they put so much time and effort, and they give us so much support, and we give them something back. It'd be nice to go back and feel that, get that welcome, and the players deserve it. Absolutely, they deserve it, and they can savor that today. They can enjoy that today. We were watching the game last night, and you feel a twinge of jealousy because those two teams are still going at it. And that's you think, you see France celebrating at the end. That's where we wanted to be, and it's a compliment to our boys because they haven't just settled and thought we got to the semi-final. You can still feel there's a disappointment, and I quite like that. But when the dust settles, you say, right, we have done something fantastic, and the whole nation have you know, they respect that, and they're going to show that when we step off the plane, I would imagine.
And touching on that twinge of jealousy as you mentioned, where will you watch the final, and where do you think most of the players will?
Yeah, we watched the final. You know, I think I spend my life probably every night of the week watching a game of football, whether it's Bundesliga, the Premier League, wherever. If there's a game on, you're going to watch it. And certainly won't be missing that one. Again, you can't help but have a little thought of maybe we could have, you know, we could be there ourselves. But I'll enjoy it. All the players will enjoy it. You know, I think there's two great teams there in the final. Congratulations to both. It's been a great tournament. And both teams deserve to be there, because you can't, like we said about you can't sneak into a semi-final. You know, can't sneak into a final. You have to be a good team to do that, and there's two good teams.
And the players had a well-deserved chance to let their hair down last night. That, you know, they've been very popular with the locals here in Dinard. How about yourself? Did you get a chance to celebrate?
Yeah, as a staff, we all went. We watched the game. We had some pizza and a few cold beers, which was welcomed. It was nice, lovely atmosphere. Fair play to the local people here in Dinard. They've given us such a welcome, you know. And even last night, they were playing our national anthem in the restaurant where we were together. We sang that, they sang it with us, and then we sang their French national anthem before the game. And the whole feeling was, you know, I hope that's being projected back home of what the atmosphere here has been like. I know there was one or two unsavoury moments at the start of the tournament, one or two unsavoury people, but predominantly all we've seen is positivity, you know, for people from all different countries. And especially where we are here in Dinard, we couldn't ask for more for how they've treated us. And it's been genuine, you know, hospitality, where they've been, every time we've left the hotel to go to a game, they've been lying in the streets clapping us, and when we're arriving back, the welcome's incredible. So it's been brilliant, you know. I have to thank everybody in Dinard also for their hospitality. It's been amazing.
Just one last one from me. Obviously, you're just going to take time to sort of reflect on what you have achieved. But then looking further ahead, what do you envisage for this group of players? Because it's average age of around 27, I think. This group, it doesn't need much rebuilding, I suppose. How do you see that developing in the future?
Yeah, we look at the group we've got, and I'm looking at the younger group to come and push these guys who are already there, keep pushing them. Like I said earlier, you know, that word comfort is a disaster in football. Once you start feeling that, we can never feel comfortable, none of us. So we're looking at those younger players to push the boys who have, you know, been there or thereabouts in that first team, the first team squad. You know, to come and make and stake a claim and push them. And then that's when you get a real, you know, a good blend. Because we can never have that feeling of you know, 70 or 80% is enough. It's never enough. It's not. You know, we have to be. We're a really good team when we're at our maximum. We're a very good team then, and we need to keep bringing that. You know, but to do that and to push the players who've been there a while, we need these younger ones now to see what these first team boys have done, and they'll want a piece of that, and they should do. And they've got to push them, you know, and they've got to make it difficult for me when I'm choosing a squad. And they mustn't make it easy for me when I know, you know, he's going to be there, he's going to be there. These, you know, younger ones coming through have got to push hard. And they can. We've got some good players. And they've got to make it difficult for me.
Chris, congratulations on everything you've done.
Thanks.
The other night, Wednesday night, I think there were 27,000 people at the Principality or the Millennium Stadium watching the game on the big screen. Does the idea of returning to the Principality Stadium appeal at all to you, or as a squad are you happy at the Cardiff City Stadium?
Cardiff City Stadium's our home. So we get 30,000 sellouts, where the atmosphere is electric. It's where in the last campaign, the feeling that was generated by our supporters has a huge impact on the team. So we shouldn't forget that, you know. okay, we could gamble and go back to the Millennium Stadium, and it's an amazing stadium, we know that. Where we could maybe get another 20,000 supporters in there, maybe. But we made a choice. You know, we said, Cardiff City Stadium's our home for the next campaign. So I would imagine we're going to stick to that. We should stick to it. Because I'd rather be playing in Cardiff City Stadium where there's 30-odd thousand screaming taffs breathing down the opposition's neck and our boys feeding off that than playing in front of 50,000 at the Millennium Stadium, where the atmosphere is fantastic there, but that's a different type of atmosphere. So I think we should remember what served us well, not mess about with the ingredients of the whole structure in the last campaign, and keep building on it. But don't come too far away from it, because it served us well.
At the end of international tournaments, what you see sometimes is players announcing their international retirements. Do you expect everyone of the 23 to be available for that first game against Moldova in September, because a few now are in their 30s?
Yeah, international football's tough because there's a lot of travelling, especially now we found out if you're in a tournament, you're away from your family a long, long time. So I hope nobody decides to do that. We're going to need everybody again if we're going to emulate what we've done in the last campaign. In the next one, we're going to need everybody at some point. So I hope this is not the time that any of them are thinking, we'll bow out on a high. You could forgive them for doing that, but I hope they don't, because we need them. And anyway, once you retired a long time, once you've retired, you can't. Once you've stepped over that line, it's difficult to get back. Well, you can't. So, my advice to them is just enjoy it all while you can still play. You can still put a pair of boots on. Milk it, because once you stop, and you always miss it. What I do, because your playing days are your best days. So milk every minute of it. So I hope none of them decides to bow out when we get home.